So we're going to talk a little bit about brain injuries. And brain injuries, as you know, can be very severe, and even minor brain injuries are severe. And brain injuries can happen from motorcycle accidents, bicycle accidents, slip, trip, and falls, premise liabilities, anything that comes up, you can have a brain injury from. They become difficult to prove because how do you prove that someone has a brain injury? Now, you can't open somebody's brain up and look at it, and you can do an MRI, and sometimes you can see the brain injury, and you can do a CAT scan, and sometimes you can see a brain injury. But a lot of times, brain injuries are very subtle, and the main way that you prove that there is a brain injury by neuropsychological testing. In other words, the psychologists have learned that they can do a series of tests, and now those tests, they can determine what kind of brain injury you have. In other words, a brain injury has to impact a certain part of the brain. Does it affect your thinking? Does it affect your talking? Does it affect the way you can add things up? So you have to decide how you're going to prove what kind of brain injury it is. So to begin with, you really have to have a hit on the head. And obviously, the harder you're hit, the more chance you're going to have with a brain injury, because we've read all about and we watch on television about these concussions. So normally, a concussion can cause a brain injury. And so we have to start with the beginning, how the accident happened. Obviously, if you fell and hit your head, you've got a good chance. If you're unconscious or something happened to you where you can't think of what's going on, that you have a brain injury. But the bottom line of proving a brain injury is proving it. And it takes a lot more than just you hit your head to get adequate compensation for a brain injury that's caused by the fault of another.